Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto. Hope you're having a good one. So there's actually a lot to really unpack, and I'm not looking at things that are happening necessarily in this second. I'm looking at things that can have an effect now and a huger effect later on. So to that end, we're looking at a leaked document that says, you know what? Let me get to the quote because the quote is actually the interesting part. Do 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 do. Let's see, where is it? Both the SEC and CFTC are aligned on the fact that the SEC is the regulator to determine if crypto assets are securities, and the SEC has made clear that nearly all crypto assets are securities. End of story. That is a leaked document. That is a bullet point from a leaked document from Democratic leadership. Now, I don't like all this. I don't like talking about political stuff, but I think in the United States, you can definitely say both parties are screwed. Neither one is going to be perfect. And this is a sign that neither one is perfect. I definitely think that, the way of thinking of old is not necessarily applicable to new. You have rules and regulations that are being abided by that were created way back in the early 1900s. We're in the early 2000s. Doing something like that is just being lazy. You need to start looking at things as they are now and stop looking at the past so much and saying what happened in the past is it, period. Some things in the past hold well over time and some things don't. And I think the view on crypto is one of those things that is viewing that it's not necessarily good right now. So, to that end, I ask all politicians in the United States to stop and think about what are the ramifications for what they're doing, other than we have to hold power for traditional finance. And I find it funny that the party that normally says, hey, we're against Wall Street or we need to, better, police Wall Street is looking at crypto, something that was made for the people, by the people, and doing the exact thing that it's meant to do. Just, it astounds. But hopefully they'll all wake up and they'll all get there and they'll all figure it out. But that's one of the reasons why Gary Gensler is feeling so emboldened. So to that lawsuit that Coinbase brought up and said, hey, look, listen, tell us what is basically what the lawsuit says. And did they? No. They actually said no. Go pound sand. Go kick rocks. Go kick rocks with open-toed shoes. That's what they said. And I'm sitting back and I'm just going, this is why they feel so emboldened. And that to me says, this is why I believe Coinbase is headed toward a Ripple level battle with the SEC. The question is, how long will it take for other companies to say, screw the United States, we are going to leave, period. Again, I want you to think about the ramifications of this. Lost jobs, lost innovation, and lost revenue in taxes. That's what I think we're looking at as the United States continues to look backward when it comes to crypto regulation. I don't know. So hopefully it gets better. I don't know. Now, when I look at the G7 is saying, oh, we're kind of liking maybe kind of CBDCs. And they're not full-throated about it. And the reason why they're not full-throated about it, well, another fact came out. The G7 also says that they've got to combat, North Korea's, hack attacks against crypto. Why is that? Because please tell me what the difference is between a CBDC and crypto. Like, seriously, what's the difference? So if there is no difference other than one is backed by fiat and the other one is not, it's true. But if it's nothing more than the same technology with a different wrapper and different backing, then that says that North Korea is going to attack every CBDC that's out there. And so, yes, you must do something to hamper that, tamp that down, do something better than nothing. I mean, it's already been proven that North Korea is using their ill-gotten gains to fund their nuclear program. So what is it going to take for countries to start doing something to stop that? We're more concerned with legal use of crypto, and going after that rather than illegal use of crypto and hack attacks against crypto. Maybe that will change. But that's why the G7 is saying, yeah, we kind of back CBDCs, but I'm not hearing anything full-throated. Again, I could be wrong. I need somebody to educate me on the difference, on the technology differences between a CBDC and crypto. Because if there isn't, then yeah, they've got a problem. In the United States, they've got a bigger problem because people are screaming about FedNow and whether or not FedNow is going to stop people by freezing their accounts. Now, FedNow is supposed to be a network that's going to offer almost instantaneous, think Venmo, Cash App, that kind of thing. That's going to offer instantaneous transactions, for banks, right? People are questioning whether or not their accounts can be frozen. Now, technically, FedNow can't control your accounts because that is the power of the banks that they're offering the service to. However, they could hamper your transactions. Now, I think that would happen way down the road because that would mean that the only way that banks can, transfer money is via FedNow. It would have to be mandatory that that's the only way that could happen, right? And they wouldn't freeze your accounts, but they would make it so that your transaction would just sit in limbo. So you could go to your bank, request a transaction, and put forward a transaction request, and then it would just, as they say, just disappear in the ether. That's what people are scared of, is the amount of control over your transactions, over your accounts that the government would have. And I have to say, yeah, that's pretty freaking scary. Like I said, they wouldn't be able to necessarily control your accounts, but if you can't transfer money in and out of your account, that's pretty much, the equivalent of, right? So what would be the workaround? The government is going out of their way to say, no, that can't happen and blah, 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 but that does not quell the fear. So I think there's going to be a lot more education around that, a hell of a lot more. Now, venture capital is pouring into Europe, and the reason why, MiCA, however they're pronouncing it, that's their regulation. That's their book of regulations around crypto. Whether we like them or not like them doesn't matter. There's clarity. Here's how you can do business in Europe. If you are a crypto company, here's how you can do business in Europe. And that level of clarity is what's making companies like Binance and Circle pour venture capital money into the region. Because it's that clarity that says, oh, we know what to do. We know what not to do. There are clear ways to do business, unlike the United States. And so what are you going to see? I believe that you're going to see more people or more companies leave the United States. And that's unfortunate. It is what it is, but it is unfortunate. In other news, Apple's mixed reality headset is rumored to be coming soon. And I think that's really cool, right? I think it's really cool, not because one of the things is I'm dying to see how they price it. Apple is outstanding at pricing things just at that tipping point when you go, nope, I'm not doing it, to, yeah, it's really expensive, but I really want it and I'll go get it. So I'm dying to see how they price their mixed reality headset, as well as that mixed reality headset is going to help to venture in, and mainstream the metaverse. And I think that's going to be awesome because that can be a catalyst for upward momentum for all of crypto. Anyway, you know what we should do now? We should take a look at the numbers. That's what we should do. And today, I'm actually prepared. Give me a sec. Boop. And there you go. So you can see, yes, we're all in red. And what's really bothering me is this right here. Ethereum playing around at the 1800 level. That's annoying. Now, am I upset about it? No, it's an opportunity to buy in for me. Bitcoin at 27,000 is an opportunity for me to buy in. XRP at 42. Wow. to me, opportunity to buy in. I think a lot of these coins, a lot of the stronger coins that I really like, Matic, down to 85 cents. Remember, Matic was at 82 cents, even 81 cents just a couple of days ago. So it's up a bit, and it had hit 87 cents. So I want you to take a look at how much money that would have been had you bought at the 81, sold at the 87. Now it's, turned back around to 85. Are you going to see that 81 again before it goes up? Possibly. But this is how some people are playing money. I told you I have short money and I have long money when it comes to crypto. Short money is, identifying things like this where I might be able to make a change in a couple of minutes and make a couple of bucks. Right? And then there's the long game where I have a few wallets that are just there to just hold my crypto for a long term. I basically set it and forget it. I drop it in and I leave it alone. Every now and then I open it up just so I know that I have my keys, you know what I'm saying? To just run my normal tests and things like that. Not your keys, not your wallet. Anyway, when I look at that, when I look at this is when I say there are serious opportunities here, at least from my perspective. If I'm looking at, year to date, you want to know who's getting killed on year to date? Just look at this number, Doge, 2.63%. I thought Polygon was bad at 12.6, but I'm literally just seeing this 2.63% for Doge at 0.71, basically 7.1 cents. Wow, that's big. That's really big. CZ not stopping, he stopped following Elon. Now, does that mean something? Don't know. Don't have a clue. Could. Maybe. Maybe he knows something. I don't know. But it found it interesting. But Doge is hurting. Doge needs some news. When I scroll down just a little bit more and I look at Shiba Inu at 15, it's up 8.29%. These are things that I'm looking at. Like, how can I make money? Chainlink, I'm not even going to say that number, but it's still up, 18.79% year to date. So when people start to say, oh, crypto this, crypto that, I tell them, yeah, you could be right. But pause for a minute, because you have projects like Cardano that are still up 47.36%. So ADA, as quiet as it's kept, has been making money. Since the beginning of the year, it's made money. So I just want you to pay attention to that. Litecoin, wow, the past 7 days, it's up 12.13%. Wow, that's interesting. Anyway, let's bump over to here, and you can see, if you look over here, you can see my top green line at 31,580. You see my bottom green line, and that makes my band, right? I keep telling you about my band. This is my band. You see that bottom green line at 26,475. Well, when you look at Bitcoin, we touched below for a little bit there, right here. We dipped below my bottom line. Don't like it, but those were opportunities, because that band, the green band, represents lateral movement. And I had said, we're going to see some down before we see some up. But I think the next time we see up, we're going to see big up. Not tremendous, but I think big up. That's what I think is going to happen. I mean, just remember, at least we're not, down here in my blue band the way we were a while ago. So just saying, we have opportunities that are being presented. So I wouldn't be freaking out right now. Instead, I'd be thinking, opportunity. DeFi Llama, yeah, we're down to 61 billion in total value locked. Fear and greed index is only at 54, right there on the precipice of greed versus neutrality. And when you look at Ethereum, look at this burn rate. 13,000, ETH has been issued versus 50,000 ETH that has been burned. I would advise you to do that same analysis on other coins like Shiba Inu as well. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto. I hope my research helps, and I hope it urges you to do your own research. Have a good one. Bye-bye.